Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a very misty, foggy morning. Definitely signs of fall. Well, it's a mere 7 degrees here in southern British Columbia, which means we're talking 45 in American. So you can understand this is now definitely think about wearing a coat weather, which, as you can tell, I didn't think about this morning. However, I do have my very warm cardi on, so that's gonna help. I think I might need it. They did say it wasn't gonna rain this week, but they didn't tell me we were gonna be socked in with fog. Okay, I can do this. I'm very fortunate. I have a car that will hopefully protect me on the way to work. And then, let's hope that the air conditioner is working. I mean, not the heat is working at work. Yeah, probably overcompensate, that's what happens. All right, so here's the good news. In terms of the movement report, because that's what we're starting, that's what Ange said to me last night when she gave me a text. She said, we're starting a movement to move. And I thought that was quite clever. So, let's forget about exercise. Let's forget about a lot of those sort of things that, we've trained ourselves to reject. And don't send me those ideas. And let's think about movement. Now, in my movement report this morning, I have to tell you, I had some major achievement. I didn't quite believe it when I checked it this morning, because there's a sort of bit of a lag I found out between my, I'm a slobwatch, telling me how many steps I've done for the day and what it actually reads the next morning. So I think it sort of catches up on a few things overnight. Because, yay, listen to this one, I actually ended up doing 6,700 steps yesterday. No, really, I did. Which is pretty amazing considering I didn't go around the block or anything intelligent. And I'm very proud of myself for that. And I'm also very proud of the fact that I am thinking movement, not necessarily all the other things. My goal at the moment is to get my body more fit. Obviously, losing weight is something that I'm going to constantly battle with, and when I concentrate on that, I don't seem to do it very well. When I concentrate on exercise, I do it for a couple of weeks and then I quit. So I don't want to do that. I want to see what happens if I just continue to work on movement. I need to move more. Movement will keep my muscles stronger and I think my bones stronger as well, in some degree. So that's what I'm really working on. What did I do that added to that? Well, I did vacuum an area rug last night when I wanted a few extra steps. I'm thinking multitasking here, people. I just want you to know that. I'm not sitting there using my total gym. I'm thinking what needs to be done, and in doing it, I will actually not notice the fact I'm adding on steps. And one of them was to use that carpet shampooer that I found out is also a vacuum. How can I have had it for that long and not read that? I'm still absolutely amazed that I didn't know that. It works quite well, by the way. Oh gosh, there goes the makeup. Yeah, it was funny. Why do you guys watch me? I have no idea. So, but it did work quite well. And so that's what I'm going to do, is sort of, keep adding little housework bits that I wouldn't normally do as when I'm trying to make up a few steps. And the other thing I'm not allowing myself to do this week is to actually put my feet up and relax before I've got my 6,000 plus steps in. Because, I choose to get my average to hit my goal. And as we know, Sunday, Monday were I'm a slob days. Well, I wasn't a total slob. I still put in about 5,000 steps, I think. So that, if you compare it with where I started, it's pretty good. But they weren't active days. Let's put it that way. So I'm very, very aware that it's all about the thinking. Now, the other thing that, don't laugh at me, because I like to multitask. The other thing I discovered was, if it's all about movement that we're working on rather than exercise, gosh, God forbid, I actually thought there is one place where I visit quite regularly during the day where I sit. And I've started doing some movement. No, don't take that the wrong way. But I've started doing arm curls and push my arms up to the ceiling type exercises a little bit while I'm sitting there, because it's all movement. It's all using more muscles. It's all helping me sit more straight, not slouching as much. Now, the biggest thing that I found yesterday, for those of you who are walking, and Charlotte, if you listen to this, you might want to test this out as well. When you do these, what do you call them, arm rolls, like this, I found out that if you do those while you are walking, you automatically walk faster. It's like you can't pat your head and pat your stomach or go around in circles on your stomach, you know what I mean, at the same time. So I don't know what made me do it, but I actually was doing these arm rolls, and I suddenly realized, boy, I'm walking a lot faster. And this is just when I'm walking down to the end of the building and back again during the day. And I really, really, really do recommend that you start being aware of how many steps you do. Break your day up into quarters and find out what you naturally do in that quarter of the day, and then work on increasing that. Now, for example, I've worked it out that I need to get to 50% of my daily goal by 1 o'clock. If I can get to 50% of my daily goal, I got somebody writing my... Yeah, right. If I can hit 50% of my daily goal by 1 o'clock, I give myself a big pat on the back. And then the other thing is, I aim to do 75% of my daily goal before I leave work. Because if I can do that, it doesn't take much over and above the regular evening stuff. It doesn't take much for me to then go over 6,000. And as you know, that's where I'm at now. Keeping above 6,000 steps a day, average. So I thought I'd add that in. Now, I have a big request for you all. Owing to the fact that I have been doing a lot of cooking recently, I have managed to get oil stains, cooking oil stains or grease stains or whatever they are, over quite a few different clothes. And yes, I have an apron, and I do wear it a lot of the time. Apparently not all of the time. But what I wanted to know was, do any of you have any bright ideas? Or better than that, do any of you have some really good methods of getting rid of oil or grease stains on clothes? I've got a feeling that you guys are pretty good on this sort of stuff, and I can't be the only one that has the problem. So I thought, yeah, I can spend a lot of time researching it, but I'd rather speak to people who've got their own method that works for them. People that I know won't mess with me, so to speak. Well, not too much anyway. Oh, look at that. I'm actually driving behind an original bug. Well, it looks like an original bug. A Volkswagen. It's dark blue. It's obviously been repainted. It's really pretty. Somebody did a good job on that. Or maybe it's not a... No, I don't think it is an original bug. The reason I'm saying is that the seats inside don't look like the original seats. They look way too luxurious. And the bumper. Interesting. I've got to stop looking at cars, right? So what stain removal wizard ideas do we have? On the principle that if you... Okay, I got distracted. Because this person in the bug in front of me has got a weird spider-looking like thing on the back shelf of the car. And when she drives it up and it does this, it's just like, whoa, what was that? Ugh, that woke me up. Anyway, so I really would appreciate any help you can give me. And then what I thought I would do is at the weekend I would test out a couple of the ideas on my clothes so we can see how they work on my clothes. Now, I need to warn you, for those who are going to ask, yes, Sal, but have you washed them and put them through the dryer? Of course I have. So they are set in. Yeah. The only time I notice them is when I put them on and go, oh, look at that. So therefore, yes, they have been washed, which is a no-no, I'm sure, and they have been through the dryer, which is another no-no, I'm sure. Now, the other subject that we're talking about this week is letting go. And this is going to be actually probably quite a long topic, the letting go, because what I want to do is keep relating letting go to everyday subjects, so that type subjects. For example, yesterday we were talking about we need to let go of some of these things we're telling ourselves. And by the way, I'd like to thank Pat for commenting and also for owning her comments, but most of all for inspiring quite a few people to write to me and say, gosh, I'd never realized that I use the excuses to keep myself fat. You know, that I've trained myself to use these excuses so I don't have to do anything. And it's a really important reality that once you can see that you do that, it's a step in the right direction. And so again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because it takes one person to own something like this to inspire a lot of other people to realize they're doing the same thing. And I think that's a great gift. So I wasn't surprised, actually, that Pat totally owned her stuff. You know, I wouldn't have used her name, but she did. So here we go. Letting go is about the reframing. For example, I could tell you that I could have let go of my first I'm a slob watch. It broke and I threw it away. Now, I didn't have to buy another one. I could have just let that idea go. But I chose to reframe my thinking and go, you know something? I might not have lost weight, but I definitely was more aware of how my exercise. So that's a good thing. And I also realized that the first month that I had it, I did the best of all the months that I've had it. Now, I'm not sure about Angela. I wonder if she can check back as well. So be aware of that if you've just got yourself one of these things, that you're more likely to do a really good job in the first month, and the second month you sort of, a little less. The third month, maybe even a little less. But now Angela and I are in our 4th month on this. And I've noticed that this 4th month, I've got the average of the 3 months. Now I'm pushing forward again. So I didn't realize that I had dropped off a little in months until I checked that yesterday. So could I have gone the negative route and gone, oh, well, that's no good. That's no good. It's not working. Well, what's not working is me. That's reframing. It's not the watch that's not working. It's me. Do you hear the reframe? And that's a choice I make every day. So as you can hear, because we talk about it a lot, I am choosing to keep reframing my thoughts about movement. Now, the other thing that I have done, as you know, is I have reframed what exercise is to me. And at the moment, because I know I've got 6 months of winter ahead of me, and I'm probably not going to want to go out and walk in the rain too much. I understand that. And I probably am not going to do as much as I would like on my total gym. I understand that. So those are my excuses. I got them all ready. It's going to rain. Total gym takes effort. So then I've got this new reframed thinking. All right, if you don't want to do those, then you need to tidy up. And sometimes tidying up doesn't have achievement to it. You don't actually notice that you've done something. So here's my new reframing. How do you like this one? I am challenging myself to tidy up and throw at least one thing away. And I'm going to add that to my daily list of things for you, as far as I can do that. Yesterday it was a pair of shoes. You maybe the day before it was the bras. Yesterday it was a pair of shoes. Now seriously, I picked up this pair of shoes and I wanted to hold on to them. I had worn through the section under the heel, where I hit the heel part of the shoe with my heel. I'd worn that right through. My thinking, I was trying to work out, because I'm listening to myself now, why do I want to hold on to these? Because I really like the uppers. I'm going, you might like the uppers, Sal, but the underneath of this is destroyed. Yeah, but I could get them fixed. I mean, I don't know what what you say to yourself, and that's really what I'm trying to challenge you all on, which is what do you say to yourself? And I'm really trying to be aware, and I'm going, yes, but I could get them fixed. And I'm going, yep. When did you last take a pair of shoes to cobbler, or whatever they call them these days? I think once or twice in 20 years. Because today it's cheaper to go buy a new pair, am I right? It's cheaper to go buy a new pair than it is to get a pair fixed. Yeah, but they were pretty. Yes, the interesting word here, Sal, is were pretty. They are now broken. And I threw them away. I was so proud of myself. Now, what's that got to do with letting go? Well, actually, it uses all the mental things that we need to do to let go of negative thoughts or hurt or betrayal or whatever. We need to look at it, first of all. And isn't it amazing how we will first of all remember the good things? I don't know about the rest of you, but when I had problem letting go of relationships, I always used to think, but he was such a nice person, or he is, and I want to keep him forever. The fact that he didn't want to keep me forever was apparently not in the discussion, as far as my mind was concerned. The fact that I wanted to keep him forever was enough. He should want to keep me forever. And then my incessant need to find out why. What did I do wrong? Oh gosh, now there's a total waste of time. Because quite honestly, you're probably never going to find out. So torturing yourself with the word why, I reckon the word why is one of the most mentally damaging words in our vocabulary. It just is what it is. The person doesn't want to go out with you anymore. Let it go. Go find somebody who does. Okay, got a little bit of a moment there. You know, we've got perfectly good sidewalks around all the buildings in this complex. And this woman was walking in the middle of the driving areas. Here's my thinking. I don't drive on the pavements. What are you doing on my road? I got to let that go. With great difficulty, but I'm going to let it go. Have a great day, everybody. Look after yourself more than you look after other people. Bye-bye for now.